Hello and welcome to the Infernal Gaming Podcast. You can listen to this show on Apple, Spotify, and all other major platforms. If you're watching the video version on YouTube, make sure you like and comment.
Yo, what's good, everybody? I just want to give out 2 shout-outs for people who have redeemed the channel point in my stream over at twitch.tv/BLAZEDxENFERNO, where you can get a shout-out right up on the podcast. I want to give a shout-out to my boy Dre Montana52 and Auntie Bree herself, Bree, myself, and I. Both of their Twitch links will be down in the description below. Hope y'all enjoy the episode. Peace. I know why they here, though. I know why they listen to this podcast, man. I know why, man. People been waiting. We're going to make them wait just a little bit, man. Eknight,
right,
tell me what you've been playing, man.
I was going to say, that was a good podcast. I'll see you next week. In 2 weeks.
What you been playing, man?
I've been playing. All right. Let me preface it like this. I have been streaming Halo. I have been streaming Helldivers. I've been streaming Space Marine. I've been streaming Alien Isolation. I've been streaming Plague Tale Requiem, which and the original game comes before it. Highly recommend it. However, small notes. There are like a couple scenes with dogs that probably don't go over so well. And if you're not into tragic games, don't play this one. I've been playing off stream. I've been playing Call of Duty with Black Ops 6. I got that on Game Pass.
Black Ops 6.
Yeah.
Black Ops 6, man. That's what y'all here for. Y'all here for the Black Ops 6 review. We're going to make y'all wait on it because we got some other things to talk about. You know what I mean? We got some other things to talk about before we get up in there, man. You know what I mean? But what have I been playing, man? I've been playing Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Oh, what a coincidence, bro.
I might be one of the most qualified people to talk about it, to be honest. I got like
probably, yeah. You prestige in like 24 hours or some crazy shit.
That's right, man. That's right.
Dude, I've watched that shit. I jumped into your stream a couple times. He was going hard. You're like 30-something years old. Your liver can't take it no more. And yet you was going hard like you were 18.
That's right, man. You can't take it. It can't. It can't. But I've been playing that. And that's really it. Honest to God, I've been playing that. On stream, we just started Stellar Blade. I'm really liking that so far. We're gonna dive more into that.
As far as you ain't pick up Silent Hill 2.
I didn't, man. I didn't, man. I feel bad about it every time I think about it, but I just felt like I wanted to wait, man. It's the same thing I feel about like Warhammer and Throne and Liberty. It's just like I knew once Black Ops came out, like
there's no contest there.
There's nothing else I'm playing. Like that's it. That is literally it. So it's just like one of those things where it's like same thing with another game we'll talk about today on the podcast, Dragon Age Veilguard. I would have bought that day one if Black Ops did not come out like 5 days before it.
That's
so
crazy.
It was just one of those things where it's like, you know, I'm streaming a bunch of things, so that's cool. But you know, Black Ops is just I come home from work, it's Black Ops. I go to sleep, I'm thinking about Black Ops. I go to work, I think about Black Ops. We're gonna talk about Black Ops. I mean,
definitely. We'll save the best for last here.
Before we get into it, we got 2 reviews for you. I got 2. We kind of both have one, and we're gonna dive into a game we both played that isn't doing too hot right now. I wouldn't even say it's not doing too hot. I just think it had one of the greatest, not greatest, but it had an extreme drop-off for the amount of dick riding this game received. And we're going to put it on wax here. And we're talking about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, man. Every anime fan told me this was going to be the greatest fighting game to come out in 2024. Everybody told me that this was just the greatest anime game we've ever received. And just going into my initial thoughts, right? Because I'm gonna start it off right here, right?
Go for it.
I've got like maybe like 12, 13 hours in the game. I don't have a lot of time. I played a good amount of the episodes, but a lot of my time has been online, fighting, playing with friends that are native to my console because the game's not cross-play for some reason.
Big L on that.
So you know I'm taking 2 points off of my review just for
yeah,
that.
no, there's no reason it shouldn't be.
Just for that, man. When every other fighting game is out and y'all trying to tell me this is the best fighting game when literally every other fighting game that's came out in the past year since Street Fighter 6 dropped has been cross-play, and this isn't. Major L, man. Major. I'd take off 5 points if I was being petty, but I'm going to just take 2 off. I mean, so the highest it could even be is an 8 right now. But I'm going to tell you why I'm taking off more points, right? Okay. Game looks great. Game looks amazing. One of the best looking games I've ever looked at, to be honest. Like, it looks really good. Like the colors, performance-wise, I'm playing on PS5. Runs really good. Damn, this when we get into all the shit I hate. The episodes we've been there, done that 1,000 times. I've been playing Dragon Ball Z games since Final Bout on the fucking PS1. So it's like been there, done that. They threw like a little twist on it this time where you can kind of make like your own what if scenarios and shit. And it's cool, but it's like that is literally it is just cool. Like, I mean, it's not going to be something.
A little extra replayability in there for you to explore. Yeah. And some of those, I think some of those alternate timelines also deal with like Trunks' timeline and shit like that. Like I think some of it's like, what if he did this? And I think they've done that in the anime. Some of those what if scenarios, if I'm not mistaken.
They did a lot of them in Xenoverse. So
yeah. So I think it's just a nice little touch. I also liked how they did, like when you did play through the episodes and the playable cutscenes.
Yeah, you pick like a character.
You can also see it from their eyes, like their first person perspective.
Yeah,
which
that
was pretty cool.
Too.
Yeah, there was a little bit of like some nice details in the story mode. And look, I'm not the biggest DBZ fan at all. Like I watched DBZ when I was young, but I kind of grew out of it. And so I picked up Sparking Zero. And I like the game because it plays a lot like Ultimate Ninja Storm a little bit. And what is it, the Tenkaichi 3 Budokai? A little bit like that. So, you know, it's easy to understand and you just jump right in it and play it. Like, nothing too like complicated. And I'm not a huge fighting game guy. So, you know, I enjoyed the 6 hours that I played it. Most of it was spent like squaring up with BK. Playing a couple matches online just to test it out. But yeah, no, dude, it's for what it is. It's good for DBZ fans that really like the show and shit. Like
that really like it. Emphasis on the really like it. All right?
Yeah, I kind of wish. I think the cool thing about it that if I was a super fanboy of DBZ and the fighting games, that they can make their own little episode cutscenes scenario things, and it's like almost like a Forge editor for it. So I think that's a cool thing for them to have, but I personally would never utilize that or even play some of those things because it just doesn't appeal to me. I just would like to play the combat, but I do like how they did a lot of the character design. Like everything's true to the show, their moves, how they do their moves, everything, like their interactions with each other when they start fights. Like it is very good. But other than that, it's another fighting game. Like,
other than that, man, there's okay. So I played a lot of the online, like, because again, the one thing I will give you, we've said, I feel like I've said too many negatives. I'm gonna give you a positive. I do think there's a lot of content in the box. I do. I think there's a lot in the box, and that's good for me. I mean, that's good for me when they put a lot of content. And you'll see when we do our Black Ops 6 review. That is something that I really like when a game gives you just that bang for that buck. You know, it's $70. You've got a story mode with so much replayability to it. You've got fighting, you got
multiplayer, you got
a bunch
training.
of different characters. Yeah, you
got
the world tournament
made
thing.
matches and stuff, and like scenarios you can make. Like to me, that's why I said if I was a huge DBZ fan, this would be a really good game for me. But
I think even the biggest of DBZ fans still need to address the blatant issues with the game. From day one, like I'm not like a ranked head or anything like that. Like I'm not one of those. Like I just started playing Street Fighter 6 ranked like this summer. Like I literally just started doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really like a ranked person, but like I've been hearing like horror stories about how the ranked is in this game. Like from the inconsistencies to the game just not being balanced properly, right? Which is something that they said from the beginning. Hey, we're not going to be able to balance this shit. There's going to be like a big power difference between characters. Like UI Goku is just going to demolish everybody. And that's just what it is. So when you go online, don't be surprised if you're fighting SS4 Gogeta or you're fighting UI Goku or you're fighting Jiren or something. That is all people are playing. You know what I mean?
UI means Ultra Instinct, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You got people trying to counter that with like Captain Ginyu and shit like that and doing the body change thing. But other than that, like,
I want to say this, though. My first online match, I played as Yamcha against Jiren, and I beat his fucking ass.
That was a bad Jiren, man.
It was a bad Jiren, and I'm a bad fighting game player, and I still beat his ass.
I beat Kid Buu with not Chaozu, with Yajirobe. And that was, I mean, Yajirobe's kind of strong in this game, though. Like, don't get it twisted. He's got that sensu bean ability, so it's like he just gets a whole health bar. But
yeah, I seen some dude decimate some guy. I think he was fighting either Nappa or like someone else. He's playing as Chaozu, and he was just destroying someone.
Chaozu is broken. He's broken. He's got like a little thing that you just can't get out of. You just can't get out of his little headbutt thing. But it's like a little combo you gotta like kind of like do where you get people stuck in like this animation. But yeah, there's a lot of balance issues, which to me just makes it feel like rank doesn't make sense in this game. Like rank just honestly doesn't make any sense to have in this game. Like I get why it's there, but like I just don't know why we're accepting it or even playing it. Like I mean, like I've been telling people ever since this game came out and a little bit of time we did stream it online, it is so hard for me to take this game serious. Like, it doesn't feel like back in the day where it's like I could literally shit talk you and I could back it up with skill. A lot of the times there is like random magic, and that's the best way to describe it, behind some of the shit that happens. Like, there'll be times, like I know there's like an auto guard feature, and it's on by default, which is, I guess, good and bad, but it's like, it sometimes fucks you because it's just like you're trying to do an attack, but your character will automatically guard your opponent's attack. You know what I mean? So things don't feel like you did it. A lot of times it just feels like the game kind of just threw you a bone. And even with some of the beam attacks and stuff like that, like, my very first beam struggle, I didn't understand it because back in the day, you're just supposed to mash the button.
Yeah, they don't explain it at all. Like, they throw you in, like, as soon as you start up the game, they throw you into, like, a little training session with Vegeta, but it only teaches you how to punch and shoot Kai blasts and basic blocking. But everything else, like butting mashing, the clashes and everything, they don't tell you. BK literally was like, yeah, you gotta wait for the meter to fill up and then hit the Y button or whatever the Kai blast button is. And I was like, oh, I've been just mashing it. And I'm like, why am I losing? I'm going so far.
I'm mashing my shit while the person who I'm fighting, I ain't going to say it on stream because I ain't going to, embarrass it like that. But, they're actually doing it the right way. I'm just mashing the shit. Just going crazy on triangle. And I won the beam struggle. So it's just like I said, like, there's so many times in a fight where it just feels so scripted and it doesn't feel like I'm doing what I want to do. It's kind of like just there's times where like I've heard they fixed it to a certain degree, but it's like a lot of the special attacks where you charge into the enemy and then you got like that little cutscene of you like beating their ass type shit.
Yeah, like every
a lot of the
player
times you'll run into the person to do the attack, and your character will just stop. It'll hit the character your enemy and just stop.
Yeah,
I mean, it won't go through with the animation or the damage or anything.
They're like times where it's like you just zoom right past them too.
Yeah, right past them.
Like
right
you go through them, and I'm like, the fuck? Like,
yeah, man.
Did he just like dodge and I just didn't see it? Like, I don't know if that's like a connection issue or if it's just a hitbox bug or something like that.
One thing I will say is the netcode is very good for this game. Like I haven't had any like bad connection issues, so I kind of disagree with that. I think there's certain things, and this is what I said when I was streaming it. I wish there was a beta for this game. Yeah. Honest to God, like this game needed a closed beta and an open beta really bad. And I think it was more so because they didn't want to like mess with sales too much. Because if I would have played this in like open beta or closed beta, I would have not have bought this game. I would keep it real. I wouldn't have spent $70. Me personally, for somebody who doesn't care to do the story mode shit and stuff like that, I personally don't care. I know I talked about there being a lot of content in the box, but that's more for somebody who cares about that type of shit. I just want to beat my friends the fuck up. And the fact that I can only beat my PlayStation friends the fuck up is really upsetting. It's like really, really upsetting. This game needed to be crossplay, and it wasn't. And that is like really bad right there, dog. And there's no way you can defend that because Tekken 8 came out this year. It is crossplay. Street Fighter 6, it is crossplay. Multiverse is bleeding money, but guess what? Multiverses is crossplay. Crossplay is just important, especially for a fighting game, dog. These games, fighting game communities are already kind of like smaller than most other communities, you know what I mean? In a sense, you know what I mean? More than like your FPS, your Apex, all that stuff. So it's like this game would have really helped this game if this game was like crossplay. Like really helped. And I'm gonna really nail that really hard in this review, is that this game really fucking needed crossplay. I mean, I got friends on PC, I got friends on Xbox that I can't play with. We got the same game, everything. I just can't play with them. And that sucks because all I wanted this game for was to relive a feeling that I got back in the day. I mean, 16 years ago on Tenkaichi 3, me just beating my friends' asses. But the weird revelation about this game is I'd rather play Tenkaichi 3 than play this. I would rather play Tenkaichi 3 than this because Tenkaichi 3 felt good. It felt like a really good, fleshed out fighting game. Unfortunately, this game does not, dog. I personally, this is just a preference. I don't like fighting games where I forget what they call it. There's like a name for it in the FGC, but it's basically like you hold a button and push another button to auto do an attack. I'm a combo based fighter. That's why I like Street Fighter. I mean, I don't play on modern controls. I play on classic controls because I like being able to put my inputs in to do exactly what I want to do. Not just me hold right trigger and circle, and then there I go. I'm shooting my Kamehameha. That doesn't feel good to me, dog. Like, this game feels good for, like, and I'm not even trying to be funny when I say this. I'm not. But it feels like this is made for those fucking weirdos that used to run around and Naruto run through the hallways in high school, man. For those people that just want to scream at each other in their little PlayStation party and just be like, Vegeta, and like reenact shit. Like, this doesn't feel like a game.
Are you telling
somebody
me
like
that you've never done that?
I've Naruto ran before. Yeah, of course. We all have.
Exposed! This is meant for those weirdos. But you did that shit too. Yeah, but it was cool when I did it.
I might be the weirdo, but all I'm gonna say is, dog, like, this game it just doesn't feel good.
It's
man.
made for people that enjoy watching the show and casual players. It's not meant for ranked play. I got that the moment I played it, and I was talking to BK about it, who's an avid fighting game gamer. He plays Street Fighter and Tekken and all that. And he was like, yeah, I went back to the original controls because it was just weird how they had this, and this. And me being a total noob was like, oh, I'm playing the modern controls. So I have no fucking clue that that's like more comfortable or whatever on like a controller. So then here being the idiot that's like, Kamehameha, and I just hold down the Kai and the up on the D-pad or some shit. Like and like I'll give it its credit. It's a lot of fun to play against your friends. I think it's just one of those games that I'll have installed so I can just go, yo, fight me real quick, and then just play it like I used to do with Ultimate Ninja Storm back in the day. So like I think it's definitely, like, when it got a 7, I was perplexed based on what I was hearing about the game, but after playing it, I understand.
Yeah, it's very understandable.
I understand.
I can't believe people were mad behind that 7.
It would have probably been an 8 if it had crossplay.
A 7 is good. A 7 means good.
7 is good. It's above average.
Yeah.
And the game is, for fighting a game, at least to a casual audience, it's above average. It appeals to the fans, the DBZ fans, but I wouldn't sit here and say it's like game of the year. Like, what was I going to say? There've been iterations like what is it? Budokai Tenkaichi 2 had that little chessboard Monopoly.
Oh, that was Budokai 2.
Budokai 2, yeah, they had that whole
best fighting game.
They had that whole map thing you can do as like a little campaign, and that was like you fought against like AI, but there was like power-ups and stuff you could get that changed the fight and everything like that. That in itself added a shit ton of replayability to that game, besides just fighting other people on your couch. And I feel like they could have did that with with a lot of things, with like the PvE side of things, or also just did like a tournament type style thing. Because I know you can host a tournament, but it's a little weird how they have it set up. Because you basically just populate a lobby and then you go, oh, who's next? And I'm next.
That's all it is. Yeah, that's literally how it goes.
So like
it's not good, man. It's not good.
There's a lot of things on the back end that could be done better, but it definitely should
modernized. To be modernized, man. Like I said, like Tekken 8 has battle rooms, but they're really good. I mean, Street Fighter 6 has the best version of a battle room.
I want to say Bandai Namco just doesn't like crossplay because
Bandai Namco just needs to get
they don't have it for any of their games, as far as I know, and they don't even have it for Elden Ring. So I'm like,
yeah, I know.
It's just
with this one. This was just that game where, again, and I'm just gonna nail it in there. This was a game where there was no fucking excuse for there not to be crossplay. Xenoverse 2, we understood. Dragon Ball Fighters, we understood. This game needed crossplay. It doesn't. It loses like real shit. Like, I'm trying not to be petty, but like real shit, I could literally knock like 4 points off of the score just for that. Because that's a big deal to me, dog. That, again, a fighting game to me has always been a community game. It's always been a game that I play with the squad, stuff like that. This game has now been retired to a game that I will play when I have company over. Yeah. And I don't have company over like that. So this was an expensive-ass board game to me. Real shit. Like, I'm going to still play it here and there. I still have it installed and everything like that. But I just think the dick riding has to slow the fuck down on this one. This was supposed to be a home run, a Hail Mary touchdown, and it just wasn't. I want to be like super like biased and give it like a 6.5, but I'm giving it a 7. I'm giving it a strong 7 because, again, I do like the flashiness to it. I do like how it feels to, like, beat your friends up in this game and go crazy and like the character roster we really didn't touch on too much.
There's
a lot of characters, albeit most of them are just different fucking forms of the
It's
same.
like 5 Goku.
Yeah, there's like 10 Gokus. There's like 7 Vegetas. So there's 17 characters right there. Like
I do like how they did do power scaling for transformations, whereas like you can just play as the transformation, but you have less health, and versus if you transform into it, you get more health.
Yeah,
I like that aspect of the gameplay. Yeah, but fighting feels good. At least for me. The combos and shit you can do are true to the characters and not just random bullshit. And then it's a lot of fun to play with friends. And unfortunately, I can only play with like my PC friends.
Yeah, man, because there's no fucking crossplay.
We'll never have that epic battle in DBZ.
I know.
Until
damn sure not buying this game again.
Yeah, unless it's on Game Pass.
I think I won't even lie to you. I don't think I'll ever get another like Dragon Ball fighting game again. I just think those types of games don't resonate with me anymore. Like when I was a kid, like Burst Limit, the whole Budokai series, Infinite Worlds, Raging Blast, like those games went hard, man. Of course, the original Tenkaichi games, but it's like the older I get, the more I realize like I'm just kind of out of that phase.
I think it's just because it was more fun because your friends were there on the couch with you.
Yeah, man. Like
and you could talk shit right there.
The same, man.
You could still have that same type of fun online with your in a party, but like it's still not 100% the same.
Yeah, it's not the same, and there's no crossplay. I mean, did I mention there's no crossplay?
You've mentioned that several times.
Yeah, there's no crossplay, man.
What?
So Dragon Ball Sparking Zero crossplay gets a 7 out of 10 over here. What about you? You give it a 7 out of 10, or what you think?
I think it's a solid 7. Yeah, I don't think there's anything amazing that makes it excel past a 7. I don't think there's anything terrible besides the no crossplay that makes it worse than a 7. I think it's just a good game, but it's not a great game, and it's not a bad game.
If you're going above a 7, you gotta really, really, really be a Dragon Ball fan. And
I know for some DBZ fans, this is a 10. This is game.
Yeah, it's a 10, which is you're wrong, but I mean we respect it. You're wrong, but
you're wrong, but you know,
people are gonna hate my Black Ops 6 review and say, you're wrong, but trust me, it's coming from somebody who's got a lot of time in this game, and we didn't push this podcast back for no reason. I wanted to do everything, and I mean everything.
I did a fair amount of things.
Everything.
I at least beat the campaign, I could say.
I may be more qualified than IGN to talk about this game at this point. I mean,
what they give it
we'll
like
get
an
there
8?
when we get there. I mean, I don't know. They broke it down into categories. So they gave like the zombies a 9, campaign an 8, and the multiplayer like a 7 or 8.
Okay.
I mean, which is like a nice little. We'll probably break it down the same way and then give it like an average score, which people aren't going to agree with, but it's okay. I'm ready to defend my score. I'm ready to go in. I mean, but let's talk about another game before we talk about the game. I mean, the game that we were talking about. Last podcast we had Elfie on. Shout out to Elfie, by the way, man. That podcast, y'all really locked in with it. I appreciate y'all really giving it a listen, give us feedback, stuff like that. We had her on. She gave us some of her thoughts for Throne and Liberty. So did Eknight. I was kind of like in the gist of giving my review, but I wanted everybody to be able to talk. It was like I kind of didn't talk as much as I wanted to about it. So I'm going to just kind of go back and give like the final review for it. And I'm going to just jump out the gate and give it an 8 from the rip. I'm just going to give Throne and Liberty an 8 just because I do think the game is good. I think it's a really good I think for 2024, it is one of the best MMORPGs you can play. Longevity-wise, it depends on you as a player and what you want out of an MMORPG. But I do think there's something there for everybody. The PvP is really good, albeit kind of unbalanced. I do believe it's very unbalanced, but I think that is like that is how an MMORPG is supposed to be, right? Like the person that's grinded the hardest and got the best gear and traits, they deserve to go into a lobby and body motherfuckers. That's just the
Yeah,
way it is
yeah.
for
And
these types of games.
honestly, man, I kind of miss those types of MMOs sometimes because like going into PvP, having decent gear, and then getting steamrolled by like a level 15 dude that just started the game is kind of ass in my opinion.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
But
bro.
I think they could also address that by having like a base level game mode where it levels you up like stat wise, and then
Yeah,
just
like everybody's on the same level type.
like you're just using gear that's like, you know, relatively generalized, but like gives you an edge over other players depending on what you're
Yeah.
picking, and then have an unbalanced, which I think is better if you do, because I think ESO does this in their PvP. ESO has a little arena based mode that you can 4v4 against people, and that kind of scales you up. If you're a lower level player, you get a little buff, so you can actually like do shit. But if your build is bad, you're still gonna do dog water. But in the overworld PvP with Cyrodiil, like it's all skill true. Like there's no scaling up except for NPCs, like against AI. But other players, you're straight out of luck if you are a level 1 running around and a level 50 just sees you and sneezes on you, you're dead. Like as it should be. But
as it should be, yeah. I was just about to say that. I feel like
so
that's
I think
that's
having
how
two,
MMOs are.
I think they should always have those different options so that way people can still get that PvP experience.
Yeah.
And not get steamrolled all the time, but like also have the true one where it's like your build matters.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree too. I do like the PvP. Once I've kind of understood some of the mechanics of the game, I've kind of enjoyed the grind a little bit better, like understanding how to run your dungeons every day, use your abyssal tokens and all that stuff, and making sure you do your contracts and stuff like that. The thing I do like about this game and why I gave it an 8 too is I do feel like it's an MMO that respects your time, and that's hard to say for a lot of MMOs, because a lot of MMOs, the minute you just haven't played in a week or two, you are just behind. And like this is a game where it's like you could play for like an hour or two a day, or a max 5-6 hours a week, and like that's it. Like you don't need to put 12-14 hours a day into this game, like some guilds would suggest you to do. And that was a shot at my boys' old guild, man, because they were wilding on that game. They were basically telling people you need to put 8 to 12 hours a day into this game, or you can't be a part
guilds.
of the guild.
Hardcore guilds for like MMOs are crazy. They're like second jobs, dude.
It's like get a job, dog. Like get a job, man.
This is my second job.
Start a fucking family, man. God damn. But I do think it respects your time. I do like the lifestyle, the life skill shit, like the cooking, fishing. I really like the fishing. I really just at this point, every time I do get on Throne and Liberty, it's just to fish at this point.
Just like RuneScape.
Just like RuneScape, man. I mean, it's just the fish. I do like the combat a lot. Once you like kind of figure out your combinations and stuff, it kind of reminds me of like Lost Ark, and I've said that in the last review. It kind of reminds me of Lost Ark with the combinations, like how you can really just beat down on people. But overall, I think why it's not like a perfect score to me is obviously, I said it before, the grind to 1 to 50 is brainless. I don't like that in an MMO. I like a story in my MMO, and this game's story is just not appealing. It starts off really strong and it just turns into your like average MMO, and I don't like that at all. Like I really don't like that. Because again, like if you want to talk about like a game like WoW or Final Fantasy or even RuneScape. Now RuneScape didn't have a main quest line or anything like that, but it had a lot of unique quests that felt really good, and some of them were quirky and funny. But
so
at the end of the day, there was some type of soul behind it. A lot of these quests were literally like, "Yo, I'm about to fight a vampire," and it's just like, "All right, I'll help you fight The vampire. Wow, you just helped me fight the vampire. Go ahead and go to the next area. It's like, wow, those vampires really cool.
I do.
I hope they come back. Let's fight the orcs. It's just like, it's like, all right, man. Like,
that's where I stopped though for Thrones of Liberty, because I was like, I got past the scarecrows and shit, and then I got to the goblin area, and I was like, oh, the goblins, they're doing things. Oh, stop the. It's a checklist fucking shit, and I'm like, I want an MMO that intrigues me, that makes me want to explore. Like RuneScape, I can honestly say, even though it's like a top down, like yeah, I probably won't play it as much as I would back in the day. It made me eager to explore the world. You could do shit to the world to an extent with your skills and stuff. And how they did questing, technically, if you remember, there is a main quest line. It's just a bunch of different main quest lines that start off as smaller quests.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
You have to do these quests to go to that bigger quest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is what I really liked about RuneScape, because it made you actually like invest your character into the world.
There was some type of character growth within you, and I think
it wasn't
that's
just
important.
about grinding. It was about like what you achieved while you were doing that. So the quest lines in RuneScape were great, but Thrones of Liberty didn't really have much of that, and the story to me was just boring, and I didn't enjoy it at all. There's other aspects of that game, which I told in the last podcast, that I didn't like, with the combat, and also with like the ability to transform into creatures but not use it as a combat tool. It's still mind-boggling me. Do you get to do it in level 50, or is that just all traversal?
What is it?
Transforming.
Yeah. There's, I think once you get a little bit further past where you stopped at, you get your first guardian transformation, which is like an ultimate transformation. Like you turn into like a golem and you beat the shit out of shit.
Can I turn it into a dragon?
I don't know yet. I don't think so.
Oh, lame. Anyway,
but here, let me break this down for y'all, right? Because I know, some of my friends were upset, and I'm just gonna put it on wax here, because I'm gonna stand on it, right? Because I'm the type of person to stand on it. My problem with games like Throne and Liberty is, it's cool that the game is PvP heavy, like that is cool. But the thing is, right, like great MMOs that came before it, right? Like amazing MMOs that came before it. There's a difference. There's people who play MMOs for PvE, and there's players that play these types of games for PvP. And there's people who enjoy both. And I think a lot of MMO players enjoy a good balance of both, a healthy dose of both, because you need it. But my biggest thing about it is where I've only played like maybe 10 hours of Final Fantasy 14 online. But the one thing that I really liked about it was it invested you in the world. You wanted to explore. You felt important amongst millions of players that are playing it. Yeah, I mean, just from a story aspect, you felt important. In this game, you just feel like the helping hand the whole way through. Like, of course, you have that little power with the Starborn or whatever the fuck you are, but it's
no, I couldn't follow that shit.
It's never pushed to its full limit. You know what I mean? It's like in the beginning of the game, it sets it up to like you have this high importance, and then it literally just becomes an ultimate fetch quest, like an ultimate fetch quest until you get to the level 45 quest line, and then it goes back into the shit from like level fucking 5, level 7, level 8 again. And by that point, you just don't care anymore. You spent 20 hours on a mundane story for it to just get good at the end. It was like, it just wasn't worth it. And for me, that's important to me, dog. I enjoy a good MMO story, dog. There's nothing wrong with saying that, dog. I know, as I heard it from a friend of mine. Now I ain't gonna, you know what I mean, blast too hard because I love him to death. But it's like, oh, the whole point of this game is to get the level 50 so you can do this and you can do the end game content like every other MMO is, because every MMO is like that.
All right,
but that one, hold up. That 1 to 50 is important because it sets the foundation of your character. Like I feel as though for me in Throne and Liberty, I have no attachment to my character. And that fucking sucks because I put a lot of time into creating her, making her look good. I spent a lot of money into making her look good too. I mean, I
don't know why you did
money in that.
Well, that.
I spent a lot of money in that. But at the same time, I still have no attachment to my character. Whereas, like, my original RuneScape character, ENFERNO, I have the most like, I feel like that's my son. Like, I feel like that's my son. I've literally seen that character go from nothing to something. You know what I mean? And it's like with Throne and Liberty, if I gotta spend, and again, I said this on our last review, if I gotta tell an average player, right, you've got to put 20 plus hours into this game and then it gets good, people are going to check out, bro. They're just going to check out. They're going to check. They're going to check. I don't care if you're an MMO player or not. That is a steep asking price for anybody. It's like, yo, put 20 hours in. I promise it'll be good. You know what I mean? I promise it'll be good after that.
So let me get in here real quick. I think I think everything you said is factual, and I think a lot of people lose. This is the problem I had with like Diablo, right? Diablo 4. This is a lot of issues I had with like Destiny and stuff like this. They have a passable. Usually, a lot of the campaigns for MMOs and stuff like that usually are either passable or they're mid as fuck or they're terrible. It's very hard to find a good MMO that gets you really engaged with the story and the characters. I know Final Fantasy 14 really does a good job with that. I haven't played much of WoW, but when I played that demo, it did a really good job of that, like highlighting your journey as a character from like at least 1 to 20. Like even RuneScape as a free to play player does a really good job getting invested in the world around you. Throne and Liberty does not do that at all, and I got bored halfway in. Like, cool, I can swap between dual blade and sword and board or whatever weapons I want to use. That's cool and all, but it gets boring after like the 100th goblin I've had to slay for the 80th time in a row because of this quest line that I'm on. And the quests are like, hey man, this dude died years ago saving these kids, and then it's like, you're gonna go back in time, but we're not gonna tell you that and help him do that. I'm like what? And I'm like, all of a sudden here. So like, the fuck?
It's real shit, bro.
Like, it doesn't explain anything.
A lot of the things you just don't care. Like, you're just like, bro, I don't care.
It's like, just a backdrop. And I had the same issue with Destiny 1. Like, Destiny 1 didn't have a story worth mentioning for because it didn't have one. It was like you got to the speaker, like, dude, I have so many questions about the lore of your cool ass game. Like, what's going on? He's like, you have so many questions, but I'm not going to answer them. Go kill shit.
Yeah, man.
Bro, okay. At least they tried to improve it with Destiny 2, which was a great improvement for getting me invested in that game in the beginning. But like, MMOs need to have a decent storyline to get your character invested. They also need to have decent gameplay mechanics on top of that to make the gameplay loop enjoyable. I did not really enjoy Throne and Liberty's gameplay loop. Like, yeah, I enjoyed Guild Wars 2's gameplay loop. That was a lot of fun. Yes, it has a pretty good gameplay loop on top of that too. So like, you gotta have something like both story and good gameplay loop for low level characters. I can't sit here and be like, oh, my friend who's obsessed with this game, like, but the game doesn't really start till you're level 50. It's like, no, bro. Like, I should be able to look back on my journey to level 50 and be like, oh, this was cool. I wish they, I love this boss fight.
Man.
Shit like that. That's important. That's why games like what's that game that I don't play, but like you've played a lot more than me. It's like a Destiny clone type game.
Oh, the First Descending.
Yeah, that's why games like that are successful, because even though like I don't even know if there's a good compelling story behind that, the boss fights and stuff are at least like memorable and shit for the player base for that. So like you got to nail at least like one of the three areas. Like, you nail like story and gameplay, or like gameplay and like memorable characters and shit like that.
Hold up, Eknight, you're getting a little bit of static.
I am.
Yeah, you're getting a little. Plug your mic.
Oh no, I know
plug your
what's
mic.
going on. Oh, hang on. I know what's going on. I'll fix it. This happens all the time.
We're having technical difficulties, but I'm gonna just talk while he fixes that.
I fixed it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. No, it's whenever I have voice mod turned off.
Oh, okay.
It'll static it, and I forgot that I had it set to that, so I switch it in Discord. My bad.
No, you're good. No, you're good.
Did you pick up anything that I said though?
No, I got everything you said. It's just like
cool.
I noticed that there was like some type of static in the background.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, so pretty much you got to nail at least 2 to 3 categories: gameplay loop, good compelling story, and memorable characters or boss fights and shit like that. Like you can't like miss a beat you can't have just one, you know what I mean? And I don't think like to the average gamer that's not like a child that has all the time in the world to do shit, like I can't be sit to ask the grind like 20 plus hours for a game that starts at level 50. Like the game should start when I start playing it. If that makes sense.
Exactly, man. It makes perfect sense, man. Like I said, I didn't have to wait till I hit Prestige 1 for Call of Duty to get good. It was good from level 1. I mean, from the very start, it was fun and engaging from the very start. Now that might vary from person to person, but again, I think for me, as an MMO player, a good, compelling story is very important because, like I said, you have some greats ahead of you, man. You've got ESO, you have World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14, Ultima, if you want to even go that fucking far.
Dude, my cousin talked to you all about Ultima and all the shit he did in Ultima.
I'm trying to tell y'all, man, there's games before this game that have just done what it tries to do way better to a certain extent. Now, PvP wise, I do think PvP wise is one of the best PvP MMO RPGs ever. But again, if that PvP portion doesn't really get started until the end game, you might be asking some people for a lot, man. And that's just the only thing. At that point,
you might as well just be like a PvP only type game from the rip.
Yeah. But I do enjoy it. I'm giving it an 8. I think it's a solid 8. You could argue a 7. You could definitely
say like a 6.5 for me.
Yeah, I know Shroud gave it like a 6. Shroud gave it like the same review I would. He said like it's good, but again, there is pay to win involved in the game. Slightly, just slightly, but it's there. You know what I mean? It's there. We wouldn't want it in Call of Duty. You wouldn't want it in an MMO. But you know, I give it an 8, solid 8. Love y'all, man. All right. Drum rolls, please.
Well, you don't want to talk about all this shit and then talk about Black Ops Last?
Nah. Let's get.
You don't want to edge them a little bit more?
Nah, this is the meat of the podcast, because the title of this podcast is "Did Black Ops 6 Cook?" And you about to find out if it did or not, man. You know what I mean? Now I play a good poker face, man. Just remember that. So all of my excitement right now and all that might be lying to y'all, man. Y'all gotta pay attention to what I'm about to tell y'all, man, because we about to break it down for you entirely. We have an entire review format we're about to do for this game, because I feel like this game there's a lot to break down. We got a campaign, we got a zombie game, and we got the precipice, which is the multiplayer. So we're gonna break it down all for y'all. We're gonna break it all the way down. We're gonna break it all the way down to its foundation. All right. Let's start. So by saying what we're about to review is Black Ops 6, man. The 20-something Call of Duty in the franchise. This is the newest game after Microsoft's acquisition of Activision. So this is the first, not the first Call of Duty, but this is the first day one Call of Duty to hit Game Pass, man. So this game has been smashing records. It's been going crazy. It's like the best Call of Duty in franchise history, stat-wise. But is it really though? We about to break it down for y'all, man. And we're gonna start with the campaign. We're gonna start with the campaign, man. So, Eknight, did you beat the campaign?
The campaign?
Yeah.
Okay. I think the campaign was great.
It?
Oh yeah.
Did you beat it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
On hard.
Good. Ooh.
I played it on hard. I don't normally do that.
Tell us about it, man.
All right. So I'm gonna preface this on the podcast. I'm not a huge fan of the flashback style intro the game had, where they're getting interrogated and junk, and then they flash back to a prior mission that they did that they're getting interrogated about. I'm not a huge fan of that. But I did enjoy the gameplay and how it started off. I want to say, as far as like story is concerned and how they explore the story, both through like the narrative, the dialogue system, the little hub home base that you kind of get in the game, is very well done. I loved it. I loved a lot of it. There's a lot of secrets and stuff you can find in that too, in the little hub base. So you guys didn't find the black light, you should probably do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit.
But the game goes from like your standard spy thriller to like, what the fuck is going on? And not in a bad way. I want to say that. It's just like, this is cool, but I have no idea why. why this is happening
anymore?
It's not even it's not the fact that it's Call of Duty. It's the fact that it's totally Call of Duty, at least Black Ops wise. And it's like, they're just like, oh, okay, that's smart. I liked how they implemented that into the game. That's already all part of the game, but in a separate section. They put it into the campaign. So I was like, oh, that's cool. This lets you give a little taste of something else that you're not used to. All right. It gets a little like psychological, hallucinogenic towards the middle of the game, but it is good. And the story and the writing is good, and the characters and the writing is good. Like, I liked all the characters. I liked Adler. I liked like Case doesn't
Troy
talk. Marshall, yes, Marshall was fucking great. He's been great in every Black Ops that he's been in. Sev, and I liked they had a character that was like pacifistic, or at least trying to be, and having like kind of
like talking about Felix,
yeah, he was like the hacker dude, but it was cool. And there was a lot of cool missions to where you were doing spy shit instead of just running and gunning all the time. So I was like, there's optional stealth missions, and this is one of the things that I saw from like other people's reviews of Modern Warfare 3's campaign, where you would just go into like this open section and like basically go about it however you did, but it felt disjointed, and you could skip everything. This game had a little bit of open section, but they were mission based. So like, I know there was a part where you go to Iraq. Not sure if that's much of a spoiler since you start off in Iraq. But like, you go there, it's a bit of a sandbox. It's very watered down in terms of like a sandbox, but for what they were trying to do, it was pretty good. And I liked that they did that. And I liked how it wasn't like you're going from point A to point B and there's a giant sandbox in between. It's like you're going around the sandbox and completing objectives, and then you go off to continue the rest of the mission. And there are a bunch of optional side objectives you can do to help make things easier for you later down the line, which come in handy during the later part of the mission. Or you don't have to do that, and you can completely ignore them. And I think that's great.
Completely ignore them.
And they should do more of that. And I want more of that. And in comparison to my last quote unquote review of Modern Warfare 2's campaign, which had a bunch of random mechanics shoehorned in a lot of the missions that you didn't take into multiplayer or anywhere else. They were only in specific missions. This is one of the games that I had consistent game mechanics all throughout the fucking campaign, right? You had a gear backpack that was available to you, not some bullshit crafting system that was only available based on certain missions. It was every fucking mission you had that shit. You had the camera to help you identify. Every fucking mission you had that, except for like, I think a couple with the
first
weird ones.
2 missions. That's it. It's literally
No,
the first 2 missions.
No, you also get an
until you
Iraq
get
in the
it.
sandbox one. You can tag people with it.
Yeah, but that's after it was given to you at the gala. You get it
Oh,
at the
yeah,
gala. It's like the second mission, and after that, you have it all the way until the end of the game.
Yeah, it's very useful if you want to use it. But like you had all these tools that were given to you, and they didn't take them away except for in
The
certain
homing
missions.
throwing knife. You know what I
That
mean?
shit
Which
should
isn't
be
in the story mode.
It is.
I mean, in the multiplayer. I mean, it's not in the
If
multiplayer.
it's not,
but
if they put in the multiplayer, people are gonna bitch about that because that shit, I abused the fuck out of that. That was
that
such a
joint
good
crazy.
gadget. You hold it
Yeah,
down and
that
go
joint's
slow mo.
crazy.
That was cool as fuck. I was like, damn, if they have this as an lethal in multiplayer, people are gonna bitch. It's gonna be worse than noob tubing in Modern Warfare.
It needs to be a kill streak. That would be dope.
I feel like it should just be like what's it called? Should be just a weapon.
It'd be like a RCXD. That's all it would be, like an RCXD.
All right, I mean,
get 4 kills.
maybe.
You get to throw 1 or 2 of them joints.
They just need to make the controlling because it was hard to control a little bit, at least on M&K. I don't know how it was on a controller, but turning it was a pain in the ass, even in the slow-mo mode. So like they should like figure out a way that you can control it and have a more tighter turn and just give it a shorter fuse time, so that way it's not like you're like following dudes around the map for like an hour and a half. But yeah, no, all the way through consistent game mechanics. Gunplay was pretty much as you thought it was. You had omni movement throughout the campaign, so you can play as cracked out as you wanted to be. I even saw a dude do a 360 no scope on that one mission where you snipe a guy and does that whole shit. And the lady even comments is like, she's like, what a shot. And she didn't say that for me because I just shot him straight up. You know what I mean? Like that's good. That's forethought into thinking what your COD players are going to do for your campaign, and you're letting them explore it. Underwater gameplay in the campaign was good, at least for the few missions that they were in. I don't really have many complaints. Story was 10 out of 10. There's one small tidbit that I'm not sure if it's like a secret ending or something, or I just don't know what happened to a certain character towards the end. That's just something I'll probably Google later, without spoiling it.
Are you talking about the actual ending?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that later. But yeah,
we'll talk about that
that was
off stream or off a podcast.
Oh, yeah, off the podcast.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for nobody that hasn't played it because it is a good story. All the characters are likable, even the villains are likable. I want to say like there's a lot of it just did it what it set out to do, was a spy, kind of like a throwback to the original COD campaigns where there was all explosions and shit. It was a mixture of both, and it was good, and they did a good job with everything. And I think it's a 9 or a 10 in terms of a campaign for COD. It's very good. I'm telling you, one of the few things I enjoy about Call of Duty was their campaigns, because a lot of them were really well written and really well made.
He went and put the dick in his mouth. Holy shit! I thought that was my job, nigga. What the fuck?
I'm telling you, it's a good campaign. I really liked it.
Damn, dog.
And I'm not a COD fan at all. I don't give a fuck about the multiplayer.
I can't even believe he said that. Let me get him. Let me get him real quick. Let me break it down, dog.
All right.
Damn, I thought the dick was gonna be in my mouth, man. Goddamn. Take it on and give it to me, man. It's like, pause, big pause.
Play.
Let's continue on. My review, I'm literally just gonna shadow everything he said because he hit it on the nose. This has to be one of the best, if not the best, Black Ops campaigns we've ever gotten. Now, I would say Call of Duty campaigns, period.
It's like borderline my top one would be like Modern
It's
Warfare
like top
2.
3.
Yeah, top 3 at least. So Modern Warfare 2 would be my top.
3. Because 1 was so good with its twist. And that's the thing about this game, is it keeps a consistent twist through it throughout the entire game, where you don't know what the fuck is going on. Like the whole campaign for this game, and I'm talking about the advertisement campaign for this game, was like, trust no one. You know what I mean? The truth lies, all this shit. You know what I mean? So it's like you go into this campaign with like, you don't know who to trust. You think Frank Woods might be have some ulterior motives. Adler's a little suspect. We know nothing about Troy Marshall. This is his first Call of Duty game, so we're sussing him.
Mhm.
I mean, you have no idea who is at play here. I mean, we just know there's a villain, there's somebody who's infiltrated the CIA, and we must stop them. Now, if we're breaking it down like by mission, again, this game takes its name literally. It is a Call of Duty Black Ops campaign. It is Black Ops. You know what I mean? So you are going behind enemy lines in the sense, quote unquote.
Doing shit off,
kind of
off
doing
the
a lot of
books.
detect off the grid. Yeah, just you're doing a lot of things with stealth in mind, or doing a lot of things in the underworld of the criminal underworld of things, like the one mission has you doing. There's a lot of things that this game does that is just campaign wise is just really good and is what Call of Duty fucking needed to do like 10 years ago, man. Like Call of Duty Ghost for me will always be like the falling point of Call of Duty because it felt like they wanted to do everything in one Call of Duty instead of doing what it was supposed to do or did or they thought did very well. Treyarch knows what people come to Black Ops for, and they gave the fans everything in one campaign. You got everything without spoiling shit. Like we said, you probably already seen it already. There is a mission or two. There's two of them, but there's one mission in particular that's very early in the game that just blows your mind. Like it is a trip, literally a trip. And you're just sitting there the whole time like, I don't know if I'm playing BioShock or I'm playing Call of Duty. And it's just crazy that they like
it was really good. I know what you're talking about.
They took it there. Like they took it there.
They
like
should. That's the thing. What they're like. All right, the Advanced Warfare, right? Or yeah. I think it's either Ghost or Advanced Warfare. You know how they had that zombies game mode, but it wasn't zombies; it was aliens.
Yeah.
I wanted them to do
Ghost.
a camp. Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to do a campaign around that.
Yeah.
But they never do shit like that. They never get into the sci-fi or the paranormal type shit. They never do anything like it's always the Russians, the Chinese, whatever the fuck. They're making the bad guy or fucking Makarov or whatever the fuck. Like it's never like was there what about the communist space pirates? Like give me some of that ridiculous shit. You can have the Call of Duty like banter between the characters and shit like that, like you would in the original Modern Warfare games and shit. And then on top of that, have some extra existential threats that are just beyond nukes and shit like that. You can get weird with it from time to time. And I like they got weird with it. They should do more of that within reason.
Yeah, man. It's just I really liked how they just kind of they didn't say fuck it. They just kind of said, all right, we know what we do right, and it's the psychological shit. So let's do some like psychological shit that'll play. And I'm telling you, there's a reason why this game dropped October 25th. It dropped in the spooky season. That part of the campaign, I was actually scared, dog. I was terrified.
No, I wasn't scared. A little.
I'm not even going to spoil nothing, but I learned I have a fear of mannequins, nigga. That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy.
You only just got that shit now?
When I turned around and there's a mannequin behind me talking about some shit, I said, all right, bro. I said, all right, bro. Like, I said, all right, y'all got me, nigga. Let's close this down and go back to multiplayer, dog. Like, this shit's crazy, man.
Oh, my God.
That shit was so good, man. That shit was so fucking good, dog.
Yeah, they did it.
And it's like he said with the open world mission. We got a proper open world mission. Not that Modern Warfare 3 bullshit with the open combat scenarios, which is basically Warzone POIs turned into fucking campaign missions. Nah, we got a fleshed out, truly open world type of experience where it's like you can literally tackle objectives the way you want it. There was things to help you along the way, side quests.
I don't mean to interrupt, but it's not the only one. and there's one that's a much smaller scale, but it's technically a sandbox mission, and you can approach each objective and in a stealthy way and a forceful way. You know what I mean? It's the snow one. You know what I'm talking about. Towards the end of the game.
Oh, yeah.
You're like
that
a
was cool
full, yeah,
that was
exactly.
Cool,
and everything you do translates into the next mission for that one too. So it's like, it wasn't just like, hey man, go here and plant the bomb here, and then, you know, shit might happen. I don't know. It's like, you can do that, or you can do it like this, or you can do it like that.
People,
and it changes things.
Literal skill checks.
It's skill checks. It's not even like Fallout 3 skill check where it's like, oh, I have 5 intelligence, so I automatically pass. Like, you have to remember a couple details.
Yeah, you have to remember things that were said to you. You have to look around and be like, okay, this is that. This is this commanding officer. This is this person. And you have to be able to communicate those things and remember. And that's really fucking good, man.
Totally out of the norm for Call of Duty, but they did it well. And I like the way they did it. They didn't go overboard. They didn't go too basic. It was just right for Call of Duty. And they should, I hope that the Modern Warfare team looks at what Treyarch did and go, hey, let me do some of that. Because
hold up.
These Modern Warfare campaigns are fucking ass.
Listen, I said it on stream. I want to say it on podcast. I think it's time, all right? This is going to be a hot take. I know people are going to be like, what? How dare you? I don't even, after playing, and you'll see after the end of this review, I don't even want Infinity Ward to make another Call of Duty ever again. Like, I just kind of don't want them to do it anymore.
Well, Treyarch has
shown us, Treyarch has shown us that they are the ones that actually really care about the franchise and pushing it forward. Not just playing on your nostalgia the whole time. Be like, Modern Warfare, you remember Soap? You remember Captain Price?
Oh my god!
You like Captain Price, don't you?
I love fucking hated what they did to Price. They made him such a fucking bitch, and they didn't even have Soap in there for like what? He's in Modern Warfare 3 now, right?
Yeah, he's in Modern Warfare 3.
Pretty much everything I said about Modern Warfare 2 that I didn't like about their campaign is pretty much evident of like how I feel about the Modern Warfare series currently. Like, it's just
we could just chalk Infinity Ward at this point, man.
Yeah,
they make okay multiplayers at best, but nah, I'm all right.
Yeah, no, I just don't find a lot of the Modern Warfare games appealing. At least I consistently can say I've played Black Ops for a significant amount of hours, including the multiplayer. I have not, I'll say this now because you might be alone on this one category. I had not touched zombies at all. And that's just because I didn't have time to.
That's what we about to jump into next, man, because I was going to wrap it up by saying, yeah, I think the campaign is like it's like a 9 or a 9.5. I can't give it a 10 because me personally, and we'll talk about it off the podcast, I didn't really like the ending too much. I mean, I hope that doesn't deter anybody from not playing it. But the ending, I just maybe don't understand it, but I didn't like it too much. Yeah, I mean, I didn't like it too much. The last mission's fire, but
I think that's again something that I feel like I wish I had more context in. And there might be a hidden secret that I may have missed playing the campaign.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm just wondering if that's a thing, and I'll probably find out like after we talk about this shit.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I give it a 9.5. Let's jump into zombies. He said he ain't play it, but like I said, most qualified person to talk about this motherfucking game is me, baby. I played all of it. I did it all for y'all, man. I played like a couple games of Terminus, though. I didn't play like a lot of Terminus. I played a lot more of Liberty Falls. And I'm going to just make it because I may be qualified, but I don't really want to talk about it too much because we got a running joke in the community right now is where I tell people, like, stop telling me you're playing Call of Duty when you're playing zombies. You're playing zombies. You're not playing Call of Duty. It's not Call of Duty. I mean, we don't claim y'all. I mean, y'all zombies players, y'all go over there, play all those zombies. Stay on my come in my multiplayer lobbies. Just don't be on my team.
Damn.
Don't be on my team. Go to the other side. Yeah, but we starting that. But I really do like the zombies. I'm not really like a zombies head. Like I really don't like that shit too much. But I have fun, man. I have fun. Like it felt like back in the day. I'm training zombies and I'm fucking, shooting them down. And I didn't really play a lot of Black Ops 3 or 4 zombies or Cold War zombies. So it was like the gobble gum thing was like a new concept to me.
Mm-hmm.
So once I kind of like used that a little bit, I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, you get like in every area, there's a machine that you can hit every 2 minutes, and it gives you like a gobble gum, and you can use it to do certain things. Like gives you like a little power up. Like it's pretty cool, man. It's like pretty cool thing. We got your standard perks that you can get. You got your Pack-a-Punch. You got the mutant injector now, so you can turn into a fucking mangler.
Yeah, I saw clips of that. That looked cool to me.
Yeah, you got your kill streaks, so you can hit the zombies with kill streaks. And you got your classic Easter eggs, which I did the Liberty Falls Easter egg. I didn't do Terminus yet. I was supposed to do Terminus today, but I didn't do it yet. But I did the Liberty Falls Easter egg. It was really good. There's the zombies community is weird, man, because it's like there's no appeasing them. Like everybody was mad that they were like, oh my God, it's Cold War zombies all over again. You can make a loadout. All right. You can make a loadout because you can make a loadout. You can literally go in with any gun you want. You could start off with any starting gun you want, but it is literally the lowest tier, not Pack-a-Punch. By round 5, that gun is obsolete if you haven't Pack-a-Punched it or upgraded it to a higher rarity.
Mm-hmm.
So that becomes that whole argument of, oh my God, why don't we start out with a pistol? You can just start out with a pistol if you want to. Like you can do that. Like
yeah, you can nerf
you can
yourself,
do pistol starts if you want. You can do it for yourself. Like I don't get that concept. Plus, again, we'll talk about it when we get to multiplayer.
Is there an option to play traditionally though?
You can. You can just come in with a pistol.
No, I mean like can you set up a game mode like that? Like
nah, you just got to go in with a pistol.
All right. Well, maybe
don't take any gobble gum.
Maybe they'll add like a classic starts or something like that.
Yeah. I do like, and like I said, we'll talk about it more in the multiplayer part because it's going to be a really big part of the review. The reason why that is because, again, they give you grindable camos for zombies, just like they do in multiplayer. And this Thursday, we'll have camos for Warzone. So they have everything that multiplayer has, like gold and diamond and dark matter. They have mystic gold, they have opal, and then they have nebula, I think is with the zombies. Mastery camo is, and it's basically like you got to get 33, all 33 guns gold, opal, and then you unlock nebula. So that's why it is like that. So you guys can go in there with guns and grind and create a new challenge for yourself for those people that do enjoy that. You know what I mean? Zombies is cool. Me not being a zombies head like that, like I feel like I shouldn't rate it. But if I had to rate it, like I had like a gun to my head and had to rate it, I would give it like an 8.5 to a 9. Like it's
That's
cool.
Good.
Like it's something to do with the boys and shit like that. It's very fun.
All right, then there you go.
I've got all
that matters, really. I don't really care for this.
12 hours in it, 14 hours.
I don't care if I can grind like camos for another game mode in that. I'm not going to do that if I don't like the game mode. So like, if it's fun or not, it is probably like the biggest component. You say it's fun, I'll probably check it out.
All right, y'all. Here's the part where they say I'm dick riding, man. I'm ready for it. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to talk about this multiplayer? All right. As of recording, right? As of recording, I took a screenshot before we started this. As of recording, I have 78 hours in multiplayer.
Nice.
Right? 78 hours in multiplayer. So we got a lot to break down here, man. Where do we start, man? Where do we start? Let's start it off in categories, right? Let's start with the most controversial part, right? Which is the maps. Let's talk about the maps, right? So for this Call of Duty, we have 16 maps.
That's a lot of maps.
We have a lot of maps, but like 4 of them are what they call face-off maps, where they're supposed to be 2v2. Yeah, like 2v2 maps. But they have a mode where you could do 6v6 on them, and people only do it to grind camos and shit. But I mean, it's there. The maps for this game, not gonna lie, man, they kind of fucking suck, man. All right, they kind of suck. All right, out of the 12 core 6v6 maps, we got Babylon, Derelict, Lowtown, Payback, Protocol, Red Card, Rewind, Scud, Skyline, Subsonic, Volt, Vorkuta, and we just got Nuketown. All right, we just got Nuketown
and Stakeout.
Well, Stakeout's been in the game since the beginning. They just made a 24/7
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where everybody grinds their guns at. I've been grinding my guns on that shit. I say out of those maps mentioned, the only ones the ones I love is Babylon, Vorkuta, and Payback. The ones I like is like Derelict, Skyline, Volt, and the ones that are just okay is probably like Subsonic, Protocol. Everything else is ass, dog. Red Card is ass. Lowtown is ass. Scud is ass. Rewind is kind of.
I like Rewind.
Is kind of ass. It's kind of ass.
You know,
I would on the game mode.
I think if it's like domination based or hard point,
it's ass.
Fine. Nah, it's fine. Ass. There's a lot of defensible positions, but not enough to where you could just sit in the corner and just be invincible.
I don't really like it too much. That's me personally. I haven't played Search and Destroy yet, which is crazy to say. I haven't played Search.
I played
yet.
Search and Destroy. I think it's okay. I played it on that stadium map.
Yeah, I'm a Red Card. That shit is ass. That
is I don't like the fact that you can't go onto the field. It's a weird map.
Yeah,
throws me off.
A lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, he didn't play Search yet." There's a reason why I didn't play Search. I've just been grinding. So it's like I've been saving Search for like when me and my squad get together to play that. Yeah. Well, we playing ranked this year. We going into ranked this weekend. I'll be streaming on twitch.tv/BLAZEDxENFERNO. We'll be running ranked, baby. So all this week I'll be practicing on Search. But I've looked at a lot of search points because I've been doing a lot of research online of like where the A and B bomb is on every map and all that stuff. And all these maps look like they play okay on Search, except for like maybe Red Card.
I played Scud on that map.
Scud looks a little it looks like a little one-sided. Scud looks a little one-sided for Search. Volt looks really good for Search. Vorkuta looks a little one-sided for Search. Derelict, I actually did play Search because I played Derelict on Search, and that wasn't too bad. Like, it was cool. I did play Search. I played 2 games of Search because I played on Derelict and I played on Lowtown. And Lowtown was ass for Search, but the points were really good. I did like the points for it. Yeah, I played 2 games of Search. I forgot about that. I did just to try it out real quick. But most of my time has been spent like hard point, kill confirmed, team deathmatch, headquarters. Trying to level up these guns and shit. I need high kill games. But yeah, the maps, I ain't really feeling them. Even Nuketown, like
Nuketown's standard, but I think what the problem was with Nuketown is that there's a particular perk you get that reveals the entire enemy team on spawn, I think they just nerfed it, but as far as I know. But basically, you
they
had wall
nerfed it
hacks
3 times.
Yeah, you have wall hacks on spawn, and and it's maps as small as Nuketown. You basically could just shoot through walls and just
yeah.
No, so that's not something they should have. Like I'm very anti wall hack when it comes to FPS games. Halo 4 had Promethean Vision. I thought that was like the worst fucking ability they threw in there, like for multiplayer. It was just straight garbage to have for an FPS competitive shooter. So like. Yeah, no. Get rid of the wall hacks. Bring like if you have something that's like Lion's pinging system, that's fine. But straight up wall hacks is crazy.
Yeah, and it was bad. It was bad on launch too, Chad. It was bad. It was literally like.
You just say chat.
My fault, man. I thought.
What are you like, Gen Zer, bro? Like what the fuck?
Oh, chat, man. I gotta stop mogging, man. I'm over here mogging, man. It's crazy.
Bro, it's fucking mewing again.
Yeah, oh my god, man. Gotta stop. I'm over here gooning, man. It's fucking crazy. The wall hacks thing, so we could jump to that real fast. So there's this perk when you have 3 blue perks, 3 of any blue perks, but you're gonna get into perks in a little bit. You unlock the recon specialty, which gives you wall hacks, basically. And it gives you like a silhouette of your enemies literally moving through the wall. So you know exactly where to shoot. So when you play those 6v6 face-off maps, you literally just spawn and just light up a wall. Like that's what you do. Like that map Gala is like, and this is another thing I'm glad we're talking about maps. One thing I hate about a lot of these maps is a lot of the surfaces in these maps you can shoot through. Like they are like it's like it could be metal and you're looking at it like, yo, that's metal, and it can be shot through. And
yeah, because you have FMJ
kill somebody that way. Like dog, like the fucking carts on Derlick, you can shoot through those and kill people. Like you can shoot through metal and kill people. Like it's ridiculous. Like it is honestly ridiculous. And when you play on hardcore, like that recon shit is the most annoying shit in the world. A nigga will just spawn and just shoot right into a wall, and you're dead. You're done. Like you are literally dead. So that Gala map is like 100% all wood. Mm-hmm. So it's like people will literally spawn and just light up a wall, and you're dead. Like wall banging the fuck out of somebody.
I'm of the mindset like it sucks to say, but it's like you either need to have all walls be shoot throughable or none. Like
exactly.
It's like because in older CODs I'd be confused of what I can shoot through and what I can't shoot through. And this one I'm like shooting through a bus in Nuketown. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm like, oh okay, I can do that now.
Insane,
all right, sure.
It's insane.
Got my LMG right here. I'm just gonna go to town.
just 100 rounds right into a fucking bus, and
you gotta do it though. You gotta do it because they're doing it, so I'm gonna do it. Like fuck them.
So they nerfed the recon thing like 3 times. It was at first it was for 2 seconds. You got like literally the silhouette of everybody. Then they nerfed it to like 1.5 seconds, and then now I heard
of it and do it something.
I may be wrong with this. I may be wrong, but I think they nerfed it down to 0.7 seconds because it's literally like you just see them for not even a second, and that's it. It used to like you could literally see them sprinting, like moving through the walls. Like you could see exactly where they were going to be at.
All right. I think that's the only thing it does though, right? Or does it do other shit? Because I know some of the other ultimate.
It gives you high alert too as well.
Okay, so what they should do,
looked at from behind, you'll see. Like if somebody's aiming at you, you get like a little highlight.
I think what they should do with that perk is instead of the wall hacks, just get rid of wall hacks and just have a passive ping whenever someone aims at you on your radar. I think that would be way better.
Yeah, it does that. It does that, but I think that's what they're gonna do. I think that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna get rid of the recon thing. I don't mind having the high alert because that was a perk in high alert was a perk in Modern Warfare 2. I don't mind the high alert thing, like something telling me like, hey, you're getting looked at. Like, that's cool. I think the wall hacks are just the problem.
Yeah, no, get rid of the
everybody's running it. Everybody's running it. Like, and it's annoying because everybody's running either Ninja, Vigilance, and Cold-Blooded or Ninja. I forget what the Ninja Tracker and Vigilance or Ninja Tracker and fucking Cold-Blooded. So it's like just the most agitating thing ever. And on launch, Ghost is supposed to stop the recon specialty, but it was broken, so it didn't work. And just it was no point in you having Ghost. Like, it was, Ghost didn't work, so it was fucking fucked. So yeah, it was bad, man. It was bad at first. It was rough. That weekend was rough with that recon shit. But it was just one of those things like, hey, man, they're doing it, so you might as well do it too.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And once I started doing it, it was just, I mean, it was okay with me. You know what I mean? It's okay with me. Shit. All right, I spawned. He's right there. I'm shooting his tree. He's dead. So let's move on. You know what I mean? So maps, how do you feel about the maps?
From what I've played, I feel like the face-off map should get rid of the 6v6 modes. I just don't think they're like, it's just a clusterfuck half the time. And like if you got like the best guns in the game, that's it. Like you're done. Like there's not like I've been playing this game consistently with the XMM for my first loadout, and the power scaling between guns and builds and shit for just like what I'm working on right now is crazy. There's a gun out there that like 2 to 3 shots you based on its build. It's like a slow firing SMG, I think. And it's really fucking strong, and I've seen it a lot in recent multiplayer matches. So like I think map wise, if we get rid of the 6v6 on smaller maps or the face-off maps, it'd probably be a little bit better, like gameplay wise. Like, but yeah, I don't know. Some of them I like because they have cool designs, like the airstrip, which is a face-off map. I think you said it was. Has like, you know, closing doors and shit, and I think that's a cool mechanic to have. Like, just like cool, like little tidbits like that. But as far as like my favorites so far, definitely like Rewind a lot. I hate Scud just because if you spawn on one side, you're fucked. It's very hard to get out of that position if you don't have anybody like there to like help you out with that, or if anyone's playing like a dummy. I'm trying to think the other maps there. There's one map where they have kind of like a similar vibe to the old Modern Warfare 2 map where it's underwater under it. And it's like a canal. I like that map a lot. But other than that,
I know which one you're talking about.
I'm terrible with the names because I don't really play COD that much. I'm not a COD fanboy, but you know, I like maps like that kind of like mix up like the traditional running around and shooting. I like Skyline.
I'm not a COD fanboy neither.
Yeah, you are. Shut the fuck up. I like the Skyline map. I think that's a cool map, especially with the emergency shutters, like shit like that, where you can like change the flow of the map. I think it's really good. But I'm waiting for them to come out with like BTB or ground war type game modes. Like I'm hoping they do some of that.
Yeah, I don't think it's coming.
Bro, don't tell me that.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting Invasion.
Man, Invasion was cool in Modern Warfare.
They haven't even announced that shit one time. I haven't even heard them say like, "Hey, that shit's coming." Like that.
Man, they should. They should do that. But maps, I think they're a little all over the place. Some are good, some are bad. Some should have certain game modes restricted. Like that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, some of these maps are just kind of.
But that's like part of like launch, like kind of the balancing that happens at launch. Like guns are gonna get nerfed.
You gotta figure things out. Yeah.
You don't know how players are gonna react.
Preseason. Yeah, the preseason is always rough. Like it's usually like season 1, season 2 It's usually like season 2, season 3, they figure things out.
Yeah, they get it starts to feel a little bit better than it does. Like, because it fit
got a good 6 months.
Playing a shooter on launch, especially one where you're grinding your guns and shit, like COD, is fun because nobody knows anything yet. But after like the first month, it becomes annoying as fuck because there's a blatant meta, and that shit doesn't get. Yeah.
First month.
Yeah.
Bro, we knew the XM4 was busted fucking 7 hours into my stream. What are you talking about? Like,
and now it's a different gun.
Nah, it's still the XM4 is so fucking XM4 is so busted that the pros G80 for comp this year. So
they
the
got
Model L and the XM4 are.
But what fucking mods are you using on XM4? Because the one I'm using currently is just like taking forever to kill people.
Oh man, you gotta run the right shit. I got you, man. I got you.
Text me that later so I can build this gun better because I have no idea.
I got you, man. That and the Model L are busted. Like the Model L's busted.
Is that a sniper rifle?
No, it's an assault rifle.
Oh,
that's the one thing about this Call of Duty is that the ARs are like they are stacked, dude. With the new movement, these ARs are broken. Like the Asval, obviously that was getting G8 for comp. Like,
the Model L looks like it's a fucking bar.
It's a Galil. That's what it is. Even though we're getting the Krieg with season 1, which is a Galil as well.
I missed the bar from Call of Duty 3. That was a cool gun.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. The days of a month in, we know
it's like Call of Duty 3.
Like we know what's busted literally within the first 3 hours. All you gotta do is watch some of those pros stream, and then they break down the gun and they say, "Oh yeah, this is crazy." Like, yeah, that's it, man. Like I knew the Asval was gonna go crazy from it just being a tier 55 gun. Once I seen that was a level 55 gun, I said, "Yeah, that's just gonna be busted."
Yo, answer me this: Does shotgun have dragon breath rounds?
Not yet. It will in season 1.
All right, let's go.
No.
Can't wait for that because I know that was my favorite shotgun. And
I had a game yesterday. I went crazy. I went like 31-15 with just shotguns, and it was insane, dog. Like I was doing like trick shots with shotguns. I was like, damn, shotguns might be like overpowered.
They are, because one of them literally is just you shoot, point and shoot, and everything in that direction dies. Nah. They didn't fix it fast enough. I was traumatized.
They fixed it. They fixed it just in time for me to camel grind the Marine. So, because I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the Marine. That's
with the slug round
shotgun. Yeah, man, they nerfed that shit, man. I hurt behind that. Damn, dog. But yeah, man, that's a good transition. Let's talk about guns. So, like we said, we got 33 fucking guns on launch. We got 33 guns.
A lot of guns.
A lot of guns, but that's including the 2 melees, the 2 launches, 4 pistols, the 3 snipers, 2 shotguns.
Shit ton of ARs.
5 SMGs, 7 ARs.
7 is a lot of ARs. Usually it's like 5.
7 ARs, yeah. 3 LMGs. I think that's it. I think that's all. That's all.
I mean, technically, one of those LMGs is just the XM with a big ass mag.
Oh yeah, 4 marksman rifles. So yeah, we got a lot of guns. A lot
to play around with.
A lot of guns. A lot to play around with. And the good thing is, like, even though I said what I said, a lot of these guns are still viable. It's just like there's like 3 or 4 guns that are just like outclassing everything. Like it's not like the beta, because the beta we literally only had like 10 guns to use, and the Jackal was just better than all of them. The Jackal is ass now. It is ass now.
I love how you were like, this gun's why it's best.
Y'all complain so much that gun is like I still use it because I like it, but the best SMG is probably the C9 or
that's
the
what
Tank.
You keep telling me.
The C9 or the Tanto. That Tanto is fucking. And everybody's saying like, oh, the Tanto is ass. Like, dog, the Tanto is a 4-shot SMG from like almost every range.
Is that the slow firing one I was talking about?
Yeah, that's the one if you shoot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it hits like a fucking truck, dude.
That shit's insane, dog. Dog, my second game on, there's a default class that has that. I was like, oh, I'm going to just run around with this. And I went like 31 and like 9, dog. Second game on. Like, I was like, when I get this gun, I'll be using it. And I'm about to get it gold. I'll have it gold probably tomorrow. Probably tomorrow I have it gold.
Okay.
I mean, but the Tanto's good. All the ARs are pretty good, except for the dreaded GPR. I hate that gun. That was the worst gun to get gold. That and the Goblin. Even though the Goblin's good, the Goblin's not bad. It's inconsistent. And you could kind of say that for almost every gun in this game. It's like range has a lot to do with a lot of these weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like range has a lot to do with a lot of these weapons. I think once you get out of that 15 to 20 meter range with a lot of these guns, they are dog shit. They are dog shit.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot with the XM a lot. Like when I'm ranging people from far ranges, it's like, bro, like the
XM4 is it is the definition of inconsistent until you put certain shit on it. Like rapid fire is definitely needed for that joint. I'll send you a build. I ain't going to tell the list.
Yeah, I probably don't have it all unlocked yet, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, the XM4 is really good. The Model L is busted. What other ARs? The Asval's really good. The Goblin's cool. The GPR is okay. I don't like it, but the GPR is okay. I'm trying to think. What are the other ARs? They said XM, Asval, Goblin, fucking GPR. I know I'm missing one. Model L. I'm missing
the
one.
Ames?
I don't know. No, the Ames. Yeah, the Ames. The Ames is pretty good with the right.
Yeah, that one's really fast fire rate, so I think that'd be like
that.
Really
you gotta. That shit's a laser, man. You put the right shit on, it's a laser.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the gun that all the pros are going to use for comp. They've decided that that's going to be the.
Yeah, I think the rocket launcher is pretty viable too.
What?
The rocket launcher, the first one.
Oh, the Sigma.
Yeah.
The one that locks on.
No, the one that you can free shoot.
Well, you can free shoot with both of them, but the Sigma actually locks on.
Oh shit! I didn't know. I just
yeah.
Just be out here just walking up to dudes and point blank firing.
Both the shotguns are pretty fun to use.
I think shotguns in general in this game are like really strong. So
the marksman rifle is the SWAT is ass. I don't care what anybody says. Some people
really
say the SWAT is crazy. SWAT is ass. The AEK is the best gun in the game. All right, I'm gonna just if you had to get a tip from Blaze, the AEK is the best gun in the game. That gun has one shot potential like 80% of the time. The other 20%, it's a 2-burst. So if you put rapid fire on, it's a 2-burst. It is deadly, dog. I've broken that gun. Like that gun is just broken. Yeah, the gun pool is pretty cool. All the guns feel really viable. I don't have anything bad to say about a lot of guns. I think a lot of them just come down to skill issue, user issue. They're all pretty good. What else we got to talk about? The movement. I guess this is a good time to talk about the movement. Tell me how you feel about Omni movement, man.
I mean, it really only
yapping.
It really is just it's fine. Like I don't think it's bad. I think it definitely adds a more of a skill ceiling to like how you move in the game. It's gonna be interesting how people use it in Warzone. That's for sure. But I have been, on the receiving end of dudes doing flying swan dive, spin 360 no scopes on me, which is always just like, you kind of just don't. I personally just don't get mad. I'm just like, wow. Like, it's the equivalent of getting 360 no scope from like someone hopping out of a Banshee in Halo. Like, it's just like, wow. I'm not mad. I'm impressed. So like the movement really opens up a lot of avenues for like people to get creative with how they murder the fuck out of you in this game.
Yeah, the movement is for me what makes this game feel like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I don't think
really
this
like the
game
movement,
would be good
man.
without
really
the
like
movement.
it.
Like, I think it'd be decent.
Yeah, I think this would be like
it...
any other Call of Duty
without
the movement. The movement makes this game feel really new. It adds another skill ceiling to the game. Because the movement, you can really play around with it and do a lot of different things.
I do also like how they do movement, like in Helldivers or MGS, where when you're laying down, you're moving around your torso and not your entire fucking body.
Yeah.
I like when shooters do shit like that.
Yeah, I like that too. Because, like, again, I think the movement just adds another skill layer that I really enjoy. And just it's easy to pick up. It's hard to master. And that was why during the beta I was having such a rough time with the game. I was like, man, this game is fucking, we overhyped this shit. And then it's just like, you kind of got to forget. You've got to forget the old Call of Duty way. Like, you got to forget all that other shit. I think this movement is going to be peak with Warzone. I think the plays that people are going to be able to do with Warzone with this shit is going to be ridiculous. I can't wait. I can't wait for Warzone this week. Yeah, the movement's good. Maps are okay. Guns are great. Perks are cool. They've kind of balanced out perks by allowing you to only pick certain things like Ghost, Ninja, Black Jacket are all in one category. So you have to pick one of those three. But you can take Perk Greed and get another one. You know what I mean? But then you lose Primary Gunfighter, which is, I don't want to say the best wild card, but it probably is the best.
I like the one that gives you a third tactical so I can just spam flashbangs at people.
Nah, yeah, flashbangs are fucked in this game, dog. They last like way too long in this game.
It's funny as shit to do it on Nuketown. You just basically airstrike the area with a flashbang. It's just like,
it's fucking crazy.
Though there is
but
like
having 3 stims is good.
What's it called? There's a perk that like stops flashbanging, as far as I know, or like reduces it.
Yeah, attack mass, but you have to fucking get to level 53 and get rid of a really good perk for that.
A lot of people use it.
I think I'm gonna start running it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start running because they last way too long. When I say way too long, y'all, way too long, dog.
I mean, in comparison, they probably last as long as the older Call of Duties, but like because the movement and because the movement and stuff is a lot quicker. I think it feels like it's like you just get downed immediately after getting flashed.
Yeah, them flash grenades fuck me, man. All right, man. The moment of truth. With all that being said, we didn't rate the multiplayer yet, but I'm gonna tell you, I give the multiplayer a solid .
Bro, you can just edit in a drum roll effect, bro. You don't have to do it yourself.
I give it a 9 out of 10. I give it a 9 out of 10.
That's good.
I think there's some inconsistencies. I don't want to go into too deep into my conspiracy bag. Skill-based matchmaking is very strong in this game.
Oh yeah, no.
Super strong in this game. It is the strongest skill-based matchmaking I've seen in a Call of Duty. I cannot play Call of Duty without sweating. I literally have to put a sweatband on every time I play. My lobbies are bad. I said I wasn't going to get into my conspiracy bag, but I do think skill-based damage is real. I think I think EOMM is real, which is engagement optimized matchmaking. I think that is real.
What does that even mean?
Well, you don't know what engagement optimized matchmaking is?
No, that's the first I've ever heard of
that. Oh shit! Here we go then. All right, ready. I'm gonna sum it up really fast because I don't want to spend too much time.
It's like people talking in voice chat or some shit.
No, engagement optimized matchmaking is like they know that people don't like to get dunked on. Like they don't want that. I mean, so what they do is they take skill-based matchmaking, they take SBMM and EOMM and put them together. They basically make it to where you may get shit on like 2 or 3 games, and then you'll have a game where you do really good. And that's where skill-based damage comes in. You ever feel like you've been nerfed? Like you've had like 3 games where you've just been dunking. Like you've been 31-9, 48-7. Like you've been going crazy. And then you load into that 4th game and you're shooting at people and you're just not doing anything. That's what they call EOMM or skill-based damage. I mean, where you're essentially being nerfed for other people's enjoyment of the game.
That's crazy.
To not hurt other people's experience within the game. It's not confirmed to be a real thing. Like Activision never came out and be like, hey, we have this system.
I mean, all right. The same thing
Apex, hold up. Apex makes it very apparent that it's there. I know Fortnite has it. It's super blatant in Fortnite. Like you'll get shit on for like 3 games in Fortnite and then literally get put in a bot lobby and every chest you open has gold loot in it. It's ridiculous. Apex is the same way. You'll get dunked on for like 3 games and in that 4th game you're playing with like literally just niggas that are playing on Nintendo Switch. With this game, the only thing I notice is like skill-based damage is there, dog. Like I'll be beaming a kid, and it's just like he'll turn around and just shoot me once with like a pistol, and I'm dead. Like I'm getting nerfed. You know what I mean? It tries to keep. They say they do it to keep your like. This is the conspiracy theory. They say that skill-based damage is there to keep your KD consistent for skill-based matchmaking. So when it is your turn to do the dunking, you're put in the proper lobbies.
That's fucking dumb. All right.
Yeah.
No. That robs every experience, every player. Like you're robbing your experienced players of justifiable kills and shit. I think this is the dumbest shit in the world. No, it's not. That's not cool. No. You're just lying to people. With you. You're lying to people. That's all you're doing.
I said it during my 48-hour stream. I think at this point, with this whole skill-based matchmaking argument, like remove it, keep it, remove it. At this point, I don't think it really matters because we've seen it with XDefiant, right? XDefiant, they said that there's no skill-based matchmaking, but let's be real. There definitely is. It feels.
Oh no, they say it about Halo Infinite too, and there definitely is in the casual modes. Like it's crazy that people like there was at one point an exploit for ranked where you would go into like BTB or something, intentionally do bad, so that when you played ranked, you would get bot lobbies and basically free wins and free elo because they were putting you against other players they thought were like around your skill level based on the casual matchmaking. And that shit was so stupid because it's like, bro, like, what are you even doing? Like, what are you even doing?
Yeah, it's bad, man. I don't really care for skill-based matchmaking anymore. I hate the argument. It's there. I'm not saying this like that I do it. Y'all see me stream it. I'm not doing it. But it's either just deal with it or exploit it. Like at this point, like deal with it or exploit it. Because there's ways to exploit the skill-based matchmaking. Like I've seen it. Like I've literally accidentally may have done it before. Like I just was like not paying attention one game and was getting shit on, and it was like, oh, I went crazy negative. Let me sit up in my chair next game and literally almost dropped 100 kills the next game.
That's different though. Like that's like you like, oh damn, I was asked that game. But that's how it should be in like casual lobbies. Like skill-based matchmaking should only be applied to literally like game modes like ranked or search. You know what I mean? like competitive game modes. Team deathmatch, ground like domination and shit should not have skill-based matchmaking. It's literally just whoever's there.
Let me keep it real with you. Let me keep it real with you. Right? I know you'll agree with me because you're like me. I know a lot of people who have an active brain that isn't thinking about getting TikTok content or fucking YouTube content will agree with me with this. But skill-based matchmaking does not fucking matter. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't. And this is a hot ass take, and it's only gonna piss off those kids that want to hit those 360 clips. It does not matter, dog. Like I personally, I want to play with people who have an active brain, right? I mean, sure, it's cool to dunk on little Timmy who's fucking ass every once in a while. I love doing it. I love running up against, running up to that, little Timmy who just bought the game and holding him hostage in game and proceeding to ram him up against the wall. I mean, I love doing that shit. Yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, I want a challenge. I want my team that I'm facing to have an active brain that functions and understands a way to either flank me or, just get good and work together with some type of synergy with their teammates. I would like that. I like that. You know what I mean? I do not want to be in a lobby where I'm just running around and I'm the only person that's capable of holding R2 and firing my gun. Like,
no,
I don't want that. Like,
I agree.
I don't get I don't get the people who are just like totally against it. Like, do I not like getting in a lobby full of like? Do I want to play the Scump and Nade Shot and all them niggas 24/7? Hell no, hell no. But like, you win some, you lose some, man. Like, you gotta get good, or you gotta do what I do. Like, I run with this Call of Duty being on Game Pass, and everybody's loving it. Like, this has been the most praised I've ever seen Call of Duty. Right, this Call of Duty has been getting everybody is riding Call of Duty's cock this year, and I love it. Everybody's dick riding this game this year, and I absolutely love it. So there's so many people for me to play with. So I'm usually running in a squad of 3 to 6 people at all times. So I have 2 other teammates that aren't ass, or I am actively communicating with. But when I'm in lobbies by myself, it's either, okay, we're losing, let me just turn it up. And like most of the time, like I'm playing hardpoint, and if there's a huge deficit, I tell my teammates, or I tell my friends, all right, bro, seems like we're playing team deathmatch this game. Let's just go for kills. Fuck the hardpoint. If my randoms don't want to get on the hardpoint, I'm not going to go to the hardpoint. I'm going to just get to killing people. We lost the game already. That means 193 to fucking 40. Like, I'm not going to just keep fucking my KD up. I'm just going to get to killing people. You know what I mean? Like, I think skill-based matchmaking is just, it's there. You got to deal with it. The only people that have a problem with it are the people that are trying to make content. You know what I mean? And they can't get content in their lobbies. You know what I mean? Because they're probably ass. You know what I mean? I'm just going to keep it real with you. You know what I mean? I've gotten plenty of clips. I've gotten close to getting a nuke twice, literally twice, without even trying. I'm trying to tell you, if you got to exploit SBMM or you have a huge problem with SBMM, it's probably because you're ass, dog. And you probably don't deserve to have that 2 or 3 KD that you have. I'm just going to keep it real. You probably don't deserve that. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with skill-based matchmaking. It's not a skill issue or anything. It's like, if I got to turn up, I got to turn up. If I got to get shit on, I got to get shit on. Like, it is what it is. Like, you got to take them. You got to give it and take it, man. It's crazy. It's a crazy concept to understand, but it's there, bro. Is this the strongest skill-based matchmaking we've ever had? Absolutely. It's rare that I get a game of little Timmy's, dog. Just shitters. It's very rare that I get a lobby where it's like, oh, we're going to decimate these niggas. It's like, I got to sit up every game. I got to smack these kids. I'm playing with pro settings. I got a fucking pro controller with paddles on the back. Like, I'm ready this way. You know what I mean? So that's just me. You know what I mean? But I do understand because I have those nights where I come home from a bad day at work and I'm tired and I just want to grind some guns out. And got these niggas spinning around and doing all this crazy shit. I mean, it's just that means it's time to go play something else. You know what I mean? Like it. You know what I mean? It's just you got to give it and take it, man. Like I hate to say it, man, but I don't know. What do you think, man?
I don't know. Like I understand what you're saying. Like you gotta, like step it up and shit like that. But like to be honest, like that's only like it's the same argument can be said that you're saying for people trying to get like TikTok complex. Like people that want that challenge, there's not a lot of them, right? Everyone wants to be the one doing the shitting on and not the one getting shit on. Like that's usually how it goes. A lot of people, I feel like a casual player would be like, you know what? I don't want to get shit on as soon as I get home from work. And I think a lot of people who play Call of Duty are playing it casually. They're not like fucking streamers. They're not content creators. They're not people like hardcore Call of Duty enthusiasts. Like they're just the casual player trying to play a fun game of COD, you know, talk shit and then get off after a couple of hours, maybe if they have that. As far like skill-based matchmaking, I feel like the more they keep tweaking it and refining it to a consistent basis, for casual play, the more like I feel like less enjoyable some people are going to have that experience. Like I feel like you shouldn't get into a lobby full of like shrouds or whoever.
Yeah, of course.
The moment you had a good game, you had one good game, and then you're going back to being negative KD.
Yeah,
I feel like
crazy.
That's the problem with most skill-based matchmaking. They do it in Halo Infinite. They do it in this game. They do it in prior CODs and other games. Like I've literally gone 50-0 with in Halo because I got into a lobby where my team was ass and the other team were mid, and I was the only like diamond player in there. So I literally trashed the kids and carried the team. I got basically 50 kills in a standard team deathmatch game mode, right? So it's like, damn, that's crazy, right? But I was like, it didn't feel good to me because I'm like, bro, these dudes were ass. Why am I here? Like that. The next game, I'm in a game full of Onyxes that are just shitting on everyone on my team, and I still have the same shit teammates. So I'm like, bro, what is going on? I think it generally, I think if you're gonna have skill-based matchmaking, it should be kept towards game modes where the competitiveness is supposed to be there. Search and destroy, ranked game modes, shit like that, where you're actually supposed to be actively communicating and strategizing and being good at the game. That should be it. If it's in like game modes,
chalk it, man.
If it's in game modes like domination or team deathmatch, I feel like there's no real strategy there. I'm not giving call outs to my Call of Duty friends. Like I'm just
that's why we don't play those.
We're not being that sweaty. You're gonna have a couple.
I literally only play TDM. I only literally play TDM when like I got friends that just want to like slay out. You just want to slay out.
And there's nothing.
Like, I have friends like I play all OBJ game modes all the time. I play hardcore headquarters.
That's how you get the most kills, and that's how you grind the most camos and shit.
Well,
you get more
it's not
kills
just that. Usually. I think a match is the most enjoyable when you're engaged in it. I think killing is, getting kills is literally like it's 50% of the game mode to me. I mean, so when you play a game mode like TDM, when all you have to do is kill, it becomes kind of mindless. To me.
To be honest, like in Call of Duty, yes. In Halo, it's a little bit crazier when I'm playing ranked Slayer.
Of course,
it's like the vibe is totally different. It's like I'm not just playing regular Slayer anymore.
Yeah, but you don't have loadouts and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we do have like power weapon spawns and shit. And
that's what I'm saying. But that's part of the skill gap in Team Slayer is being able to chow those points where the power weapons are at, because that's what they're there for. The power weapons are on the map in Halo to make push points. It's to make points of. That's why there's an announcer that literally announces, "Hey, spankers spawning here to make the play for both teams. We're going to push there to
But you can also still have that with if you're doing like a ranked team deathmatch in Call of Duty, you'd be like, we need to hold this position of this map because this is where we'll have the best power play here. Best spawning here.
But what it does then is, and why again, TDM isn't a ranked game mode is because at that point with Call of Duty, it doesn't incentivize any moving around. Once you essentially hold the hill, you've won the game. That's why Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, and Headquarters are the 3 game modes that are played in ranked, because they force you to move around. They force cohesion. They force players to have some type of communication skill. It doesn't matter if you go fucking 4-20 as long as you fucking you were on the hard point the whole time. You can go 4-20 and have 2 minutes on the hard point. You know what I mean? You won the game. You know what I mean? You essentially won the game. You know what I mean? So it's just, that's what it's all about for me. Like I love being able to just slay out and get, high kill games and stuff like that. Like there's every once in a while where I'm like, all right, like I don't play domination because again, the domination is just literally cap A, cap B, or cap C and cap B, and just hold the other team for 7 minutes and you win the game. You know what I mean? That is like not fun. Like that is not fun. Especially when you're on the receiving end of that shit. It's not fun.
No, there's been several.
You just spawn and you can't even push B because they're in your spawn.
That's why I'm like domination on Nuketown or small maps like that is like terrible.
In this game, and we didn't say it in our review, we're still doing our review, but the spawns in this game are just as bad. Not as bad as they were in Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 had the worst spawns of all time. Like, these spawns are still bad because, again, I've said it on stream, I'm going to say it here. You'll literally kill somebody and they'll spawn right behind you to just reach out you like 2 seconds later. I fucking hate that shit. I can't stand it. Like, me personally, I hate that shit, man. I hate that shit with a fucking passion, bro. I literally hate that I kill someone, they fucking just they just respawn behind you. The other night, I crashed out. I just took one of the hardest 3v1s ever. I just killed these 3 guys. I'm feeling really good. I'm stemming up. I'm reloading. And I'm walking. And literally to my left, the enemy spawned right in front of me. Turned around and shot me. I'm dead. I mean, it's not like... And this is the thing that a lot of people need to understand. You know what I mean? Like, I think game devs need to understand. It's not that I died. It's how deflating of a feeling that is. You know what I mean? Like, you just took away all of my excitement from winning that 3v1 for that same guy to literally re-chow me not even 10 seconds later. Not even 5 seconds later. He is back full health, full everything, refreshed, and ready to just kill me. It's a deflating feeling. It just kills your momentum. You know what I mean? I get it. Nobody wants to, in a hard point mode, wants to spend 30 seconds, pushing the hard point when there's only 50-something seconds on a hard point. I get it. But at the same time, is it fair for your enemy to literally spawn right behind you after you just killed them off the hard point, just to say, oh, well, every 5 seconds there's something going on in the hard point? Like, no, that's not enjoyable, man. I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy that. I think the spawns are rough in this game, and I know why they do it. Again, that's another part of the SBMM skill-based matchmaking. That's another part of it, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They want easy engagements. They want, okay, yeah, you're killing these motherfuckers, but we want it to be easy for them to re-challenge you and go hard on you again. I don't like that. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit, man. Me personally, I think that is, it's not that it sucks to die, it just sucks to die that way. Like, you're literally giving the enemy free kills because you feel bad for them. Like, it's deflating, bro. Like, it kills. Like, I don't want to say it like this because it can be taken out of context, but it kills my ego. I went from feeling really good about the play I just made to literally 5 seconds later, this man just popped up in front of me and just smacked me, and I'm done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There goes my balloon. You know what I mean? It's popped. You know what I mean? It's not a fun feeling. And I think that I think Call of Duty needs to reevaluate how they do these things, because I get it. I truly understand it. I understand that you don't want a team just holding a hard point every time and you have no chance to fucking, at least make it there to retaliate. But at the same time, make the spawn somewhere decent. Like I said it on stream, I'm going to say it here. I think it's time Call of Duty embraces set spawn zones, like on some Battlefield shit. Like there's an area on both sides of the map for both teams on both sides of the map that are only for that team can be in. You know what I mean? And there's only a set amount of time you're allowed to be in there too. You know what I mean? Don't think you can just lay in there and camp and get good sight lines and nobody can kill you. Like, no, you're forced out of that zone after a certain amount of time. You know what I mean? But I think we need set spawn zones for Call of Duty now, man. Because it's just bad, bro. It's terrible. It is really bad with these spawns now, dog. But with all that being said, man, what's the final verdict on this, man? What we giving Call of Duty Black Ops 6, dog?
Are you asking me or are you about to say it?
No, go ahead. You say it.
I think multiplayer-wise, it's a solid 8. 8.5.
Okay. So what's the overall, man? What you giving the game overall?
Without including zombies, I want to say it's a solid 9.
Listen, you heard it. You heard it from him. You heard it from him. That
it's
ain't
a solid
me.
9 for me. I don't play Call of Duty. I don't play COD multiplayer like that. I'm a Halo fanboy through and through. So like this, I'm playing this shit right now as we're recording, just to have my hands do something.
I'm hopping on right now.
I'm just saying it feels good to play multiplayer. The campaign was really good. The story was really good. I wanted I want a sequel to it if they do one, or like DLC or something. That'd be great. I haven't checked out zombies. I want to check out zombies, based off one I've seen, but I want to play it with a group of friends rather than just play it with randoms. So like, it's just one of those things that's like, it's one of the once in a blue moon. Call of Duty would come out with something that really scratches the itch that I crave, from a regular modern, quote unquote, modern shooter. This is one of them. It's like, for me, back in the day, it was either Modern Warfare 2 or the original Black Ops or World at War. Those were, and the other one would be 2019 Modern Warfare remake, but not the not really the campaign, but more the multiplayer. So like, this is, it's like you go play all the COD campaigns or multiplayers, they're all similar, and then like Black Ops comes out and it's got a new fresh take on things. Good. Love Omni movement. I'm not going to be the best at it. I'm not going to be a great COD player. I know that. But it's enjoyable enough to where I'll come back from time to time just to play the multiplayer. Zombies, I want to play as soon as I get a little group together and just play a couple rounds of that. That'd be cool. As campaign, I want more of it.
You're on mouse and keyboard, right?
Mouse keyboard, yep.
Yeah, I think. Can I say something real quick? I think Omni movement feels better on controller. I didn't play on mouse and keyboard. I haven't played this game on mouse and keyboard, but it seems like it makes more sense on controller.
I think so too. I think you're right about that, because like the way I play, as far as like moving around, I think it's more geared to having sticks than
yeah,
because like I can't do a full, unless I turn my sense up to like 11,000. I can't do all the crazy shit they doing with what's it called, like a controller. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really hard for me to do. I play on a lower sense, or like medium sense, for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So I just think
I can help you with your settings, man. I'm a setting pro, man.
Nah, it's no problem for me, man. I just
play
like
what the pros play, man. I got shroud settings, man.
I don't give a fuck about shroud settings, man. I just want to play the game for fun.
I got his controller settings, man.
Listen, man. You were when I joined in up on you on stream. You're like, oh, this man's gonna be ass. He only plays Halo.
No, you was alright. You was alright.
I told you I'm good at COD. I just don't enjoy it as much as Halo. That's it.
You alright, man. I was like, damn, okay.
Like it's the same logic as Siege. Like I really like Siege. So like this is
better than some people with LGG in their name. You know what I mean? I won't say on stream.
I don't know what that means, but all right.
LGG's the squad, man. Little Gang Gaming, man. You'll see us on rank this weekend. If you see LGG, you see BLAZEDxENFERNO. You see
I'm still waiting for that 1v1 in Call of Duty though. Blaze.
You don't want it. You don't want it.
I do. I told you, give me a month.
All right. I'll say this too, because we did 1v1s this Friday on stream, right? Just on some fun shit. Like I was lit as hell. Y'all see I had my costume on and shit. I was just
I don't know what the fuck who the fuck were you?
I was a beer bottle. It's a Heineken bottle, man. But I did the ones. I played my boy Blaze, GG the baby Blaze. I bodied him twice. I played OJ. He won. It was like 2. It was like 10 to 6 or 10 to 8. One of the two. Like, it was pretty close, and I was surprised I got that close. But we was going in, man. So I don't know if he won it, man.
I don't know. What's the format for your 1v1s? Is it just whatever loadout, and then you just play on a small map?
I think when me and Baby Blaze did it, it was XM4s only. So
okay, so you have a preset loadout that we need to play by.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
I just need to have those attachments. That's all. Or do you just play as a default class?
No. I'll give you the attachments, baby. You can add them.
Yeah.
Add them. We'll get it set up, man. Like I said, we'll get it set up.
Yeah, I want the smoke.
Overall, man, I'm gonna give this joint I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, man. I'm gonna say, I mean, you're definitely gonna see this on my game of the year list, dog.
Oh, it's definitely a good contender for it. I can at least with the amount of content that you can get. Like compare it, like the quality of the content and the amount you get is very high in this.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because like I said on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, I feel like there's a lot in the box with this game, man.
Yeah,
and there's even more coming to you this Thursday.
Yeah, with Warzone.
Yeah, you know I mean,
so you got a lot
more maps coming. There's a lot of content in the box. You got
zombies, this is why I always found it funny when X Defiant was like, "I'm a COD killer." I'm like, "But you only have CTF. You only have TDM. You don't even have CTF." Like,
they didn't have TDM at first. They had
that's right. They had push. That's what they had. That was their TDM. Push the robot.
That was cool though.
It was a cool game mode. I thought it was just like, why are you calling yourself a COD killer? Why are they calling this a COD killer? Like, it doesn't offer half the content.
Yeah, man. I think this game is solid, dog. I think this is the closest I've been able to say a Call of Duty is next to a 10 out of 10 since like in Modern Warfare 2, I had a little bit of glazing with it because I like DMZ. I like DMZ.
Hold on. When Warzone, are you including Warzone in this review score?
Nah, I like to do all my reviews for games, and I'm glad you said this. I always try to judge everything from base value, from the state you released it in. You know what I mean? I don't want to do all that extra shit. I know a lot of people try to give leeway to things. What is the state you released your game in? That's what I'm basing it on. Same thing I did with Concord. Same thing we did for X Defiant. I mean, well, Concord didn't have a chance, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I want to base everything off of the state it was released in. I mean, I want to be fair, because if you're going to release it to the public like that, it needs to be reviewed to the public like that. I think with Warzone, it's still going to be like a 9. You may be able to argue a 9.5, but I think Warzone is it's a free-to-play mode, dog. It's a free-to-play mode. I mean, it's a tired battle royale and a tired franchise.
So I feel like the Omni movement will make it a little bit better, but it also really depends on how they make the map and what you can do in the map.
Yeah.
Because like it's a BR mode. Everyone really likes BR still, even though it's like a tired genre at this point. But like it it really just depends. Like, if
I think
there's
this is
like,
going to be the best Warzone we got. Listen, I'm glad you brought this up because I want to say it on stream. I think Apex is finally cooked when Warzone comes out, man. And I say that because one of the big factors that people say they play Apex over Warzone or Fortnite or whatever for is they say they enjoy the movement. You know what I mean? If you enjoy the movement for Apex, I'm trying to tell you that movement is fucking garbage compared to the Omni movement in fucking Call of Duty.
Plus,
Warzone about to cook.
Apex movement's always been garbage because Titanfall's movement was way better.
That wall running. That actual fucking wall running.
Well, not even wall running. You can tap strafe in that game from the rip. So it just didn't make sense to nerf the game mode. But whatever, man. I was kind of hoping that thing I sent you on IG about it coming back for Apex was real because I was ready to re-download the game just for that.
Yeah, y'all. Well, you heard it here, man. That's the review, man. That's the review. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, I can't believe they did it, but look, you've heard it from an unbiased person. Eknight believes it's a 9 out of 10. If you look on the internet, a lot of people are enjoying this Call of Duty, man. This Call of Duty is a breath of fucking fresh air, dog, and I'm loving it. I'm loving that Call of Duty is in a fucking renaissance right now. Like we're in a space where the people you didn't expect to be playing COD are playing COD, dog. Like it is wild to me, dog. Like I can't get on Call of Duty without having 3-4 friends hit me up now. It is that bad now, dog. Like, dog, when I did my 48-hour stream, I literally had to tell some people, no, that's how bad it was getting. Like, yo, y'all gotta go run as a different squad, man. It was bad,
Too
man.
many.
Like,
that's why I'm hoping they do ground war, because if they add ground war in, then you'll have plenty of room for plenty.
Yeah, but every time they've done ground war, even in the last Call of Duty, you can only still go in with 6 people.
Yeah, I hope they increase that up. It's crazy to me that like Halo Infinite will let you have a full 12-man squad for BTB, but like you can't have more than like 2 dudes in Call of Duty.
Yeah, that shit's ass, man. But the custom games will be popping in there. We're gonna set that up soon, man. Custom games.
Oh yeah, have you tried the infected mode yet?
I did, and then we did some customs one night, and it was really fun, man. Like I said, like this Call of Duty, man, is really good, dog. It's really good. Shout out to Treyarch, man. Please continue to do Call of Duty.
Good job. I wouldn't be surprised if this got Shooter of the Year. I'm not gonna lie. Like Game of the Year, I would be surprised by, but that's only based on.
I think everybody's gonna. I think this year for Game of the Year is gonna be so weird because it's like you got a big sector group that believes that Shadows of the Erd Tree should be Game of the Year.
I'm still on the bias that DLC shouldn't be considered as like.
I agree.
I don't think it's like it's not that I don't think it's like a brand new game. It's just like at that point, it's like it's either you're releasing it as a sequel, which I'm fine with if you wanted that to be your Game of the Year. But I think it's like you had your year, you had a great year, and you had another great year. It should be DLC of the year, expansion of the year, whatever, its own category. I don't like that's why ongoing like live service games have their own category, because I feel like if you throw out an expansion, the same thing with Cyberpunk, like the game already launched like 2-3 years ago, bro. Like you're going at it again, like with the same shit. Like, and I understand there's arguments like, oh, they fundamentally changed the game from its base, like No Man's Sky, right? But it's still to me like, okay, at that point it's ongoing though, you know. Like it's been in development for a while now. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, Halo Infinite as it is right now is the best Halo ever, whatever, blah blah blah. When at launch, it barely had half the content. You know what I mean? Like there's a start. We can't keep giving out Game of the Year awards for games that came out 10 years ago because they just now got around to improving it, or they added a significant amount of content to it. I'm not going to give like Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2019 Game of the Year now because they added like fucking like a better campaign or some shit. Like, doesn't make any sense to me. I think if it's an ongoing game, it should have its own category. But I think the year it releases should be reserved for the games. Game of the Year should be released for the games that came out that year, not DLCs, not expansions.
I agree, man. Like I said, this year is gonna be weird for game of the year, and I think y'all will enjoy our little list, man.
I can't wait for the drama.
Yeah, I think y'all will be very surprised with our list. I think we'll have a nice little list for our game of the year, man. I think we'll have a nice little list, which we should be doing live sometime in December. We're gonna set that up. We'll find
December, bro. When is the cutoff for game of the year anyway? Is it like November? It's like mid-November, right?
So yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's our review, man. Damn, I feel like the podcast's over now. We've been talking
pretty much is. That's why I was like, you sure you didn't want to talk about the other shit before we got into this?
I mean, do y'all want to just say that for another episode, man?
Yeah, we can, because I'm still looking into it, a lot of the shit. Like we could save that for like a conspiracy theory episode or something like that.
Yeah, I think y'all needed this episode anyway, man. Y'all been bugging me on stream. What do you think? What do you think about this? Now you have it all in one place. Stop bothering me, man. Appreciate everybody who came out to the 48-hour stream, dog. That was one of the easiest, hardest streams I ever did. I ain't gonna cap. That shit was easy. But it was hard as fuck because I started going like kind of delirious, man. I was like, fuck.
Wait, did you stay up for the for?
I slept a total of probably like 6 hours that whole 48.
Jesus, dude.
I took two breaks. I took a break at like the 12-hour mark, and then I took a break at like probably like the 28-hour mark. And then after that, it was like, yeah, we going in. I mean, it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
It was bad because the first break was only like 3 hours, and then the second break was like 4 hours. So it was like 7 hours total that I wasn't physically on stream. So it was like 41 hours I was playing the game.
Mm.
So it was easy, man. Slight work, man. When you got a bunch of people to play the game with, man, you ain't never getting bored, man. Like, but I had a lot of fun, man. I'm really enjoying this Call of Duty. Call of Duty's back, baby. I mean, having a great time, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. We're going to wrap it up here, man. The next one, it'll be more news orientated. I mean, we're going to give you all the news, and it should be a good one. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Make sure y'all check out everything down below. Check us out on our respective platforms. Eknight, Couch Combat just dropped the fire vid. Make sure you check that out. And yeah, man. We out. Peace.
Okay, bye.